Alright, I'm back. I got some milk with me. I'm not the dad that goes to buy milk, but I actually come back with the milk. So, what was I supposed to do in this video? Hold on, let me check. Alright. So, in this video, I'm gonna try adding some power-ups into our project right here. So, I have some basic concept arts pulled up on my second monitor. So, on this video, I'm gonna try implementing these concept arts into our project. Let me check my second monitor real quick. Alright. First, let's start with creating our power-up prefabs. Now, I want our power-up prefabs to periodically spawn on the upper edge of our map and slowly fall down. So, for example, the first RNG runs, and we determine if a power-up is gonna spawn in this frame. Then, if true, with the second RNG, we decide which power-up is gonna spawn, and then with the third RNG, we're gonna determine the power-up prefab's position, because we want the power-up prefab's possible positions to be from here to here. So we need to add bounds to our power-ups. Then, once we spawn in our power-up prefab, it's gonna just slowly go down from here and then disappear at the bottom. For now, our power-up prefabs are just gonna be simple. Actually, hold on. I wonder if I can get sprites for them. Let me check my desktop real quick. Alright, I snatched up a free sprite pack from the internet, from online. I'll leave the link in the description of this video in case anyone wants to follow along. So anyway, so I got this sprite pack right here, and all I need to do is turn them into actual sprites. So import them into our project. Let's go to our sprites folder, and since we have a separate subfolder for our phases, I'm gonna create a second subfolder for our power-ups. Now let me plop the sprite pack real quick. There. Alright, let's see what sprites we can use among this package. So power up. Nah. That can work, I guess. So how many is this? 5. Whatever. Let's just put some of them into our subfolder. So we got these. It didn't work. What? Alright, so I got it now. Now, let's see what sprites we can use from this pack. These guys are going into the subfolder. Then these guys. Then these guys. Then I suppose we can put these in the subfolder too. And we can put these too. There. I'm not gonna use all of these sprites. I'm just put them in the subfolder just to have them as a choice. So now that we have these PNGs in our subfolder, let's make all of them into sprites. We're gonna select all of them, texture type from default to sprite, then sprite mode to make it single. There. Alright, now that we have these, let's start creating game objects. Actually, 4 is enough. Yeah, 4 is enough, okay. Delete these, alright. Now, what's the first power-up gonna be? Alright. Let's call one of these guys something like missile power-up. Then to give it a sprite, we need to remove this. Sprites render. Oh, never mind, wrong component. We need to delete this and then I forgot about this. Do we need to delete both of them? I genuinely forgot. Hold on. Alright. Okay. I remember now. So now we need to find a fitting sprite for this. This can work, I guess. Now rotation. How does this look in the scene? Oh, it looks very small. What? That looks very big. Good. Okay, this can wait in the corner. Now let's work on our second power up. But what is our second power up? I see. Alright. Now let's resize this guy. Okay, remove these. Alright, these 4 are gonna be our power-ups for today. I'm gonna explain what I want to do as we move on with the video. for now I want to create another thing, cube. Okay, now going to our prefabs folder, we need to create a subfolder for power-ups. Now let's grab this, grab all four of these, and then put them here. I should. There. Okay. Then I'm not sure how organized this is gonna look like, but I want to create a subfolder in our power-up subfolder called projectiles. Now I'm gonna put this in this. So now we can remove all of this from our scene. Now onto our power-up prefabs behavior. In order to start spawning our power-up prefabs, we want each level to have a new object, an empty object that can manage our power-up spawning. So let's go to our level 1. Then create new empty objects, power-up manager. We want this in every level, but for now we'll finish this object before copying this into the other levels. So now let's create a new script. Not a subfolder. Good. Let's put this here. Now we're gonna make a reference to our 4 power-up prefabs in our new script. So public game object this goes in this slot, this here, and then this here. We should also make these triggers instead of colliders. Now to set up bounds. Then -15 and 15. Now with each frame we want to make it so with each frame we want to run an RNG that will determine if a power-up is gonna spawn at that frame. So for that we can copy this little snippet right here, put it here. In here we're going to run another RNG int power up type. So for now we have 4 power up types, so we're gonna write random range 1 and 5. So this is gonna give us a number from 1 to 4. And then float an x random range. Now we have the power up type, we have the power ups x value. What else? I think that's it. Okay. So if power up type is 1, then instantiates. So here. Then as if this is so boring. Instantiates fluid time view. Man. Now I want to see if this works. Let's save this. Okay. How about this? It's still not working. Why? Oh, wait, hold on. It worked. Alright. We need to change the rotation. Turn in either. That's it, right? Let's try now. Good. All right. Now we need to make it so after spawning, these power-ups slowly go down the map. So from here to the bottom of the map. For that we need to create an universal script for these guys. A script that all four power-up prefabs can use together. So let's go to assets, scripts, power-ups, universal power-up here. Private float movement speed. That is start with 1 unit. And then what else do we need? A lifetime. Private float lifetime 20 seconds. That's fine. Now this guy transform translate. Then we need to add space world. Was it space self or space world? Hold on. Space self. Alright. Space self. Okay, then in the start method we'll write destroy game object to lifetime. That's the wrong direction. So what direction do we move them in? Left? Let's try left. So forward doesn't work. Come on. No, left doesn't work. Hold on. So forward doesn't work. What else is there? Oh, but that's the opposite direction. Hold on. Let's do a quick flip. 180. 180. This one too. And then this one too. Now we're gonna try again. Cool. Now let's make them a little faster. Okay, that's nice. Now that we have a universal script for power-up prefabs, we're going to create functions for what happens when our player object collides with, or at least touches, any of these power-ups. We don't need to create separate individual scripts for power-ups. Instead, we'll handle all of the trigger events inside our player character's script. That's not the player character. That's the player character, alright. So, for example, the simplest one is the heal power-up, which will just increase the size of our health bar. So let's code our heal power-up first. Going to our player behavior script. On trigger enter. If other game objects name equals to I don't think we need a separate function for this. All we need to do is copy this here, do this. Hold on, let me try something. Alt bar transform scale Z. How does this work? Of course you're gonna give an error. Shit. Alt bar. I'm trying to implement some sort of max health system right here. So I don't want my player's health bar to go above 35 units. The health bar scale, I mean. I'm guessing this is gonna work. So let's save this. Now we just wait for an heal power up. There. Oh, what? Why did that not work? Oh, hold on, I think I know. Name starts with. Why are you giving an error? There. Now let's try again. Alright. And great. As you can see, it didn't exceed 35. Let's wait for another heal power up to see if our health bar is gonna increase again. Come on. Just there. Oh, God damn. Just come to me, man. Alright. So we got the heal power up done. That's 1 out of 4. Now onto our, which one should I do next? Let's do our bullet time power up next. So when the player touches this power up, I want everything in the game to slow down for a number of seconds, so the player can easily maneuver through bullet patterns. So we'll do that now. Other game object name starts with time fuel. But for this we need a new function though. We actually need a coroutine. So let's create that. What should this name be? And start coroutine. Damn. Now, how do we do this? Hold on. I need to check the concept art. Okay. We'll do this by using time scale. Yes. So to slow time, we need to set it to something like 0.3, maybe 0.5. Just anything lower than 1 unit. So I'll go with 0.3. Then we'll return new. Wait for a second. Like that. Wait for seconds. 5F. Scale. Oh. Now let's see if this can work. I hope it does. Perfect. Let's pick that up. Ooh. That's pretty cool, to be honest. I like it. But let's try something else. So when everything is slowed down, I want the player to be able to move at the same speed. So while this is active, speed 16. Then once it is done, we'll revert speed to, what was it? 5. Alright. We'll revert it to its original value, which is 5. We also need to do this, destroy other game object. like that. Alright. Cool. Now that we got this done, let's move to our rapid shot power up. Now this is pretty simple. When our player touches a rapid shot power up, we want to temporarily increase our fire rate. So let's do that right now. Let me copy this. Asif, other game object name, start with. Let's give this a duration of 5 seconds as well. Then revert it back to its original value, 0.8. Come on, give me a rapid shot. That's not a rapid shot. That is also not a rapid shot. That. Come on. Alright. You go here, I flip you. There, it's working. Cool. Now onto the real challenge, or homing missile power up. When the player touches this power up, I want our player to be able to shoot a homing missile. How is it? Hold on. So we want the player to be able to spawn a homing missile object when we touch the homing missile power up. To do that, we need to first introduce our homing missile power up, not power up, the projectile to our player behavior script. Actually, to avoid confusion, let's put this here. Now we need to create a separate script for homing missile projectiles. But first we need to make our player be able to spawn them at the first place. So as if other game object name starts with We don't need a coroutine for this one. We just need a function which should missile. Instantiate homing missile, transform position, quaternion identity, or let's do quaternion identity for now. Okay, now let's test this. I'm gonna put this here, flip it, and let it fall towards the player. Ooh, what? So we have this. Oh, this is the trigger, right? We also need to do this. Okay, alright. Now we can create a script for a homing missile. Now when a homing missile is spawned in the scene, I want the projectile to be able to fly towards the enemy object's position. So basically following the enemy object's position until collision. Now let's create a new script. Power-ups. Homing missile. Let's first assign the scripts to the prefab. Now let me see something. I look game objects, enemy object. Can I? Nah, that doesn't work. Alright. Instead of that, private. Then in the start method, we'll write enemy object equals to, what do we write? Oh, fuck, I forgot. Game objects, no, find, there, alright. And now we need to copy this guy's name. Okay. Let's see if this can work or if I actually did something wrong. Oh, nice. We can make it faster. What? What did I do? Hold on. Cool. So hold on. Okay, it stays stuck there. So now we need to create a trigger event between our homing missile and our enemy object. To do that, we need to go back to our enemy objects, enemy behavior script. We don't really need to create a new tag. We can just compare names instead of tags. So we'll write else. Actually, let's create a second if statement. Other game objects name starts with, what was it? Homing missile. If it happens, then outward. 5. Actually, let's do 10. Actually, not 5. That's not really a lot of damage. That's nice. Alright. Now I think we can make our homing missiles rotate towards the enemy object by writing transform look at. What is the transform sort of? Yeah, enemy position. Let's try this. No, that won't work. Let me check this guy's rotation real quick. But how about wait, how do I do this? I forgot. What is this gonna do? Let's see. Nah, this doesn't do any difference. Fuck, that also doesn't work. What do I do? Oh, whatever, man. The video is getting too long, 52 minutes. We have a homing missile that flies towards the enemy objects, so that's enough. So right now in our project we have 4 functioning power-ups. Let me see this again. Alright. We have 4 functioning power-ups. In the next video I'm gonna continue creating a few more power-up ideas. And then I will finish up the topic, move on to the next topic. So yeah, for now we can wrap up this video. See you guys in the next video.